Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to our very special session of Facebook Live, our Saturday morning routine at 9 a.m. But today is an awesome day and I'm so excited to introduce our special guests. My name is Amanda Ree. I'm the founder of Dog, Wellbeing for dogs and their humans. And I am joined here today for the world premiere interview of this beautiful little lady, Peaches the Buddha Princess.
Woo-woo!
Yeah! Peaches is a dear friend of mine and has been for many years, ever since we've all met her. She is a 9-year-old Morkie who was rescued from Los Angeles, and she has since that time spent lots of time with her beloved dog dad, this beautiful man here, davidji. And davidji not only is a doting dog dad, and really, like Peaches, is the most important thing in his life, which is exactly why we are featuring her in this very special way. Davidji is also a internationally known educator of meditation. He is a best-selling author of 2 awesome books, The Secrets of Meditation and De-Stressifying. He does an ongoing radio show on Hay House and a million other things, but today is really all about Peaches the Buddha Princess.
Yes, as it should be, of course.
So, let's take it from the top. And
first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you everybody for showing up. We're live streaming this on Dog Wellbeing and on davidji. And so what could be more exciting than Amanda Ree, davidji, and Peaches the Buddha Princess in her first ever global world premiere interview, where she will dish it all, she will reveal all, Peaches will hold nothing back. She's really pretty comfortable about that. And
Peach, you have to stay here.
and she might try to escape as well. But thank you to Dog, and thank you, Amanda. It's an honor for us to be here, and thank you for always being one of Peach's great mommies over the years.
She has been such a sweetheart, you know, to me and so many, I mean, literally tens of thousands of other people love this little dog because in her presence, she may not be able to speak English words, but in her presence, she teaches us. Peaches teaches. And what's really beautiful is that davidji and Peaches spend so much time together, much of that time in meditation. So what I do know is that, yes, although Peaches cannot verbally share with you herself, she channels through davidji. He's like a medium of Peaches right now.
Correct.
And he really, you know, just like you and us and our dogs, when you spend so much time with another being, you really can feel what they're feeling and understand the essence of their understandings, and they're kind of showing up, and that's what we're going to share today, is from Peaches' perspective.
Yeah, I think Peach's head has dropped out of the frame.
Oh, let's, here, we've got a perfect little dog pillow that she can rest her
oh, yes,
look,
puppy.
It's like a little throne. This
that.
is perfect.
It's brilliant.
All right, so Peaches, let's take it from the top, shall we? I think she's ready. So Peaches, tell me, and our viewers, of course, about where did you come from? And tell me a little bit about your story of how you met your beautiful dog dad.
Yeah, Peaches and I were actually chatting about this on the way over here. And I was just reminding you before we started filming that there was a time in 2009 where we were in Oxford with David Simon, and it was a primordial sound meditation teacher training. Carla Rafojo from Tulku Jewels, and oh, by the way, Peaches always wears her Medicine Buddha by Tulku Jewels, Tulkujewels. Anyway, so we were all there.
I think she's on with us.
Is she on with us?
I thought I saw her name up a little higher.
So it's tough. We're a little bit away from the cameras, and the writing is like really small.
And we're getting older.
So and only Peaches can actually read what's on there. So please tell us where you're from. Definitely post where you're from. Definitely share your relationship to Dog Wellbeing, or to davidji, or to Peaches the Buddha Princess, whatever it is, because we've got this global compassionate community of sharing dog love and sharing deep compassion and raising the vibration of all sentient beings on the planet. But we were in Oxford. It was 2009, and right before we had left, my sister said, "Oh, by the way, I found this little sweet little Morkie in L.A. on the side of the 405. Actually, she said it's a white poodle because that's what they told her at the shelter. And I turned it in, and I said, "Oh, definitely, put me on the list." And she's like, "You haven't even seen it." I said, "Definitely put me on the list." I said, "But I've got to head off to Europe for a month. So if no one claims the dog, take it back into your life. And when I come home, I'll do it." So we were away. I came back, called up my sister. I said, "Hey, so did you ever get that dog?" She said, "Yes," and we fell in love with her. So if you're not coming to get her, just let me know. But otherwise, get here in a day. And so jumped into the truck, drove up to L.A., and the rest is history. And that was on July 23rd. So that's what I consider Peach's birthday. And they said she was about a year at that time. She's not a poodle. She is a Morkie.
Maltese Yorkie, in case you're
right, and breeds are so critical to really understanding, your canine. And we spent the first 2 years, we never parted. We spent every single moment together. We only went to restaurants that would accommodate her, and if they didn't, we didn't go. She came to work with me every single day. She sat with me in my office. We were never apart. She flew on planes. She did everything. And after those 2 years, I was hooked. She probably was like ready to move on, but
no way.
But I couldn't even bear to be without her. I got kicked out of more supermarkets and got kicked out of more stores that didn't allow dogs. And I was like, "No, if she can't come, I'm not coming." And so it really altered, shifted the way we lived our life. And we woke up every morning and meditated, and ended every day with meditation. And at the time, I was the dean of Chopra Center University, so always teaching meditation. So
teacher trainings.
And teacher training. She has overseen more than 20 teacher trainings at the Chopra Center and my own Masters of Wisdom and Meditation teacher trainings. She has sat on the stage with hundreds, 500-600 people, and in her own little space. She has drank it all in. She has never gotten a big head about it. And
look at her, humble as can be.
She's so humble, yeah.
I've got some great pictures of a huge audience, 400 or 500 people, the stage in front of us, and just Peaches on the stage, on the chair. Talk about Peaches teaches.
Yeah, she's totally poised. And I believe that really Peaches' tagline for a good 8 years now has been resist nothing, and you will receive unconditional love. And she is the expression of that. She never resisted me. I didn't really know what we should do, how we should live, what we should do. And we lived really those 2 years, a lot of it in silence. And so it really taught me that really the energy of connection is much more important than us filling that silence with words, unnecessary words.
Isn't that the truth? I just want to pause one moment and welcome those of you that might have just joined in. My name is Amanda Reed, the founder of Sama Dog, Wellbeing for dogs and their humans. This is my dear friend, davidji. Human. And Peaches, the Buddha princess, who is what this interview is all about. But just for those of you, and I know many of you on the line probably know both of us, but davidji and I know each other from the Chopra Center. We've known each other for over 12 years now. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and davidji hired me to the Chopra Center, and that was a very special moment that changed the rest of my life. So, and then when Peaches came into his life, she came into our lives as well, and we've known her whole time. So if you are just tagging on here too and just jumping in with us, if you'll let us know, just put up the thumbs up or anything you want, comment, and please also share it. You can just push that share button on the bottom. That'll let everyone know what you're doing, and we're all here together. And I do want to, before the very end of this, do a short meditation. So we'll stick around and we'll all have that
Definitely
time
meditate with us.
With your pups. All right. So my next question for Peaches.
Yes.
is, we know that there's a feature out there in the world which is called Peaches Teaches. That's her messaging and her posts and the way she shares.
Right, puppy?
So, she loves this, I can tell. Of all of the Peaches Teaches, what is your most important message for us human beings?
Well, I probably buzzkilled it because I shared that. But Peaches Teaches, resist nothing and you will receive unconditional love. So what does that even mean? It doesn't mean to not resist. It doesn't mean to not lean hard in the direction of your dreams. But the reality is, we do better when we're aligned with the cosmic flow, with the universe, with nature, with prana, with Shakti, whatever you want to call that. And we struggle against that a lot. Dogs and humans do this. All sentient beings do this. We separate ourselves from the divine. And so Peaches teaches in every moment, resist nothing. And so this doesn't mean you can't disagree with something. It doesn't mean you can't be passionate about something. It doesn't mean you can't be outraged by something. But don't resist your divine nature. And so really what that comes down to is our ability to trust. And when we trust, our lives are taken to the next level. This is especially true with dogs, with pets, because they haven't necessarily been dealt the best life. Then they go into a shelter or a pound or a puppy mill or something like that, and then there's an opportunity for someone to rescue them, to take them back, and there's a trust there. The being is just trusting that this next phase or wave of their existence will really be better, will be more expansive. And so that, Peaches was once half her size when I got her. She was 4 pounds. She's 9 pounds now. She was too timid to fight other dogs for food. She would have just been hit by a car or died on the side of the road. And now just, whenever there's low tide at the beach, she frolics, she runs around, she scampers, she chases sand crabs. Right, puppy?
That's
yeah. And so this comes down to her greatest teaching, I guess, would have to be trust. And you can see how trusting she has always been. And that's because early in, I brought her to work every day and everyone was like, oh, can I hold her? And it was like, of course, of course, of course, of course. So she got held by so many different people. She truly learned, wow, there's a lot of love out there in the world, and I'm willing to trust that it's flowing into me.
They can teach us like no other creatures can't they?
It's unbelievable.
Just by their presence, just by their being, by their innocence and their constant present moment awareness. They're constantly right now. Even if terrible things have happened to them in their lives, they're still very present to the here and now. And that's a huge lesson for all of us, because we've all had some terrible things happen in our lives, and yet it's our choice whether it becomes us or we show up today, the bright, beautiful selves that we are, that great opportunity that we have to be free and let that stuff go. And dogs are really good at that. One of my favorite sayings is, take a lesson from your dog. Kick some grass. Oh no, when life gives you difficulties, kick some grass over that shit and move on. And I just think that's so true. Dogs have that master.
Yeah, they get. Listen, we also should mention that you run a dog fostering organization. You can't hear it right now, but there's 5 other dogs in this house, all in their little quadrants, doing all sorts of kooky stuff. And you have done such magnificent work. You have made such an important difference in the world by being so passionate and compassionate and bold. Because I know it's not easy. I've seen you on videos making food for 5 dogs, out of all organic, perfect vegetable ingredients. So you do the world such a beautiful service, and I think that's why Peaches feels so chill in your arms. Yes, Diana, adopt, don't shop.
Yeah. That's great. Yes, that is definitely a part of my dharma, and thank you for recognizing that. And I think what's beautiful, and that's why I was so excited about this Facebook Live also, is we're really doing it. You know, we're sharing well-being for dogs and their humans, and you've got that human corner, I've got that dog corner, and
together, global domination.
Yes, finally.
We have people from Arkansas, Ireland, Scotland, Germany, Alaska, California, and someone out there just said Peaches certified me.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
thank you so much for being part of our world here.
And let me just lean up here. Oh, we got Leslie on the line. Excuse me, one moment, Peaches. Sorry. Let me lean up here and just see who we have. We have Leslie from Pet Connection Canada, awesome magazine that we've been sharing some articles in. There's Carla from Tolku. I knew she'd be here. And Deborah's with us. Kimberly, Rena. Tolku loves Amanda Samatog. Oh, so sweet. Jeanette's with us, my sister-in-law. Oh, I see so many of you that have been part of our universe for such a long time. And thank you for tuning in with us today for this special moment. It's really exciting, as you can tell, that we're like, oh, sorry, teacher, see, I'm so excited. I'm just like whipping my arms around. But really, I'm very happy to be here with all of you and with all of you. So let's move on with our interview. There's a lot more that Peaches has to share.
Right.
So let's see. Okay, so davidji and I are both certified in Ayurveda, meditation, and yoga. And a little bit about Ayurveda, just a very tiny nutshell so that it gives some context to my question, is Ayurveda is the science of life, the wisdom of life, and within the body of knowledge of Ayurveda, they talk about the doshas, the mind-body types or principles. That helps us to understand ourselves and, of course, our canine companions even better. So my question for you, Peaches, is do you know your dosha? And how do you see it expressed in this world?
Peaches absolutely knows her dosha, and we talk about it a lot, and she has certified a couple of hundred people in Perfect Health Ayurvedic Lifestyle, and she always oversees our dosha classes at my workshops at the Meditation Nest. Peaches knows her dosha, and she's bi-doshic.
Ah. That means two doshas.
And she's primarily Vata. So Vata, right, puppy? She's creative. She's all about movement. She's tender. She's sensitive. She's reflective. She's really she's one of the sweetest beings on the planet. Her kapha side is her chill. So she loves curling up on the couch and laying there for 8 hours in a row. Mm-hmm. She's been carried so much in her early years. A lot of people have always said to me, does Peaches ever walk, or do you always carry her around? And of course, her vata comes out when we go to the beach, and she just races with the wind, and you've probably seen pictures of her flying or running so much. I've got over 20,000 pictures of Peaches, either in running mode or videos or in some kind of sprint thing or actually airborne. And so she is Vata. Vata is wind. It's that movement. It's that change. And the beautiful aspect is that Peaches is always evolving. She never, like whatever circumstance you put her in, she's spontaneous. And that's one of the real brilliant aspects of Vatas. You know, Jackie asks, do dogs have doshas? Yes, of course. This is what Amanda teaches, travels the world actually teaching, not just how to recognize your dog's dosha. And you have a quiz on your site, right?
I do. Yeah. That's what Sama Dog's really all about, is teaching Ayurveda for dogs. Of course, the sciences apply to human beings just as well, but they definitely apply to our canine companions and understanding them. They get out of balance just like we do, and that's what I do with Sama Dog, really, is help people with guidance and consultation and classes and online education to help them to understand their dogs even better and what exactly they can do from a physical, a mental and emotional, and also spiritual perspective to help keep them in balance.
Right.
So what you can do if you're curious about your own dog's dosha actually is go to samadog.com. That's S-A-M-A dog.com. You'll see there a bar that you can click on to do your dog's dosha quiz. It's an interactive quiz. We just updated it, so I'm excited to share it with all of you, and it will show you at the end exactly what your dog's dosha is, and it will give you some suggestions as well for balancing them and making them have, supporting them to have the most vibrant, healthy life possible.
And if nothing else, this will give you deeper insights into your dog's basic nature. And that's really one of the most beautiful aspects of this. Peaches does, I'm able to channel Peaches, and we're very, very close and, spend, 90% of our time together. But that's not everyone with their dogs, and a lot of times we don't know where their dogs come from, and we don't know what's happened to them. So really doing some Ayurvedic quiz to really help you dive a little deeper into your dog's mind, body, personality can really give you very strong insights. We have all three doshas. Everyone has all three, but some are just at such low levels, like pitta. Peaches doesn't really have that fire, and interestingly enough, if she gets fiery, she converts it into light, not heat. And that's one of the most beautiful teachings of Peaches.
That's a balanced dog.
Right.
That's what a balanced dog could do, and a balanced human can do, because we all have all doshas. When one's expressing itself, it expresses itself as those highest qualities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Peaches is a Vata Kapha. She's got, a little bit of pitta. At the beach, you see her in full Vata mode. She is chasing things and running into the water, and she just started running into the water now. She's been afraid or hesitant to go in the water for 7 years. And just over the last 2 months, she has now started, we go at low tide, so there's tide pools, and she loves running on the rocks and going deep into those things and chasing all those obviously seafoody, smelly things that she can rub her face.
Those dog delicious things.
Right, exactly.
The cutest thing, the next time you all see Peaches physically, or maybe there's even some video out there, is the way that Peaches walks. She skips. So when she's walking along, those back legs, they just and they literally skip. I've never seen a dog walk like that.
Right. She has 3 modes. She has walking, skipping, and then she has her rabbit run, where her 2 back legs just kick out at the same time.
So cute. And another thing to mention about Peaches and davidji, which is very exciting, is that they won a couple years back. They won, it was the Cardiff Dog Days of Summer look-alike contest,
We did.
human and dog look-alike contest. And can't you see why they would have won this?
We were only together a week. We were sitting on the beach, and some guy ran by, suddenly pulled out his earbuds, and he said, "You guys have to enter the contest." I was like, "What contest?" He goes, "Cardiff Dog Days of Summer Pet Lookalike Contest." I go, "When is it?" He goes, "It's today at 10 o'clock. And this is like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, "I don't know." But of course, we went, won, and retired that day. Because we figured we could have traveled the world winning Pet Lookalike contests.
What was hilarious is I came to the Dog Days event not knowing you guys were there, and I walked in to see davidji and Peaches on the stage accepting their award, and davidji was the happiest. I have seen this man in a lot of different situations, and that very high situations where he's, so unbelievably accomplished and people are recognizing him, but I have never seen him as happy and as proud as he was at that moment. It was
That was pretty special. And the funny thing was, the other 18 contestants, they had dyed their hair to match their dog. They'd sewn costumes and stuff like that. We just went, "It's us." If you're wondering where you can take that dog dosha quiz, it's at samadog.com. SAMADOG.com. So check that out.
For those of you that are just joining in, my name is Amanda, the founder of Samadog, Wellbeing for Dogs and Their Humans. We're doing a very special world premiere interview today with this lovely lady, Peaches the Buddha Princess, and her doting dog dad, davidji.
And we've just got new people joining us from San Francisco, Phoenix, and Georgia. So how exciting is that?
We have a double feed going on.
We have a double
here.
feed. We have davidji feed and we have Sama dog feed. So double feed, double good.
People from all over the world.
Live stream.
Okay, our next question. And this is good because it very much is a part of the teaching that I guide through Sama Dog is to meditate with your dog. And so my question for Peaches is, after, countless, tens of thousands of hours, if not more, of meditation, how has that affected you or benefited you as a dog?
Peaches had not meditated before we met. And and a lot of people say, oh no, my dog won't sit while I meditate, because we typically meditate as soon as we wake up. My dog won't do that. My dog has to go out. My dog has to do this. My dog has to eat. That's just like saying I have to have my coffee. Speaking of a product placement. Coconut cream caramel macchiato. That's the
Some
breakfast.
things never change.
Breakfast of champions. Peaches, very, very early in our connection, within a day, I invited her to sit in my lap when we meditated. And a lot of people, they're like, well, my dog will be fidgety and I won't be able to meditate. But the reality is that no, dogs understand meditation. They sense that vibrational level, which is distinctly different than sleep. Just like this is not sleep. This is chill. This is hanging out. If her eyes were closed, I would have to check and listen to see. But
restful awareness.
It's restful awareness. It's being so, don't confuse that with restful dullness, which is when we're out cold, sleeping. So I would encourage people, Peaches started off in my lap, and now she sits right next to me. She prefers that. It's like the way we sleep too. We start out with her like in my arms, and then at some point she's like, well, you're too hot. Your pizza is killing me. And then she moves away. And then at some point she comes back as it gets colder for a little human electric blanket. So I think that, all of our dogs can meditate. It can take a week, because some people lock their dogs out and then the dogs paw at the door while they're meditating, or they keep them in and they get fidgety. You train your dog. You get to say, this is what we do to start our day. And if you start your day with that trajectory of stillness and silence, and your dog starts as well, it's a beautiful, pair of complementary parallel tracks that both of you are going on throughout the day. Peaches has meditated every day, at least a couple of times a day, for at least 8 years.
A lot more than most of us.
Yeah, so that's bordering on. It's close to 25,000 meditations.
Wow.
So it has allowed her to really be more accepting with everything, and it allows her to be her most authentic dog. She's not becoming a human or anything like that. She's becoming so, the highest version of whatever being a mindful Morkie is. That's what she is.
Because I think, I know for meditation, for me, and for us humans, and I think for dogs too, it brings us back to that space of comfort and ease within us, which of course then allows our body and our mind to be more healthy and happy and vibrant, and allows us to just be natural and easy. And, for dogs and for humans, it's the same. Who doesn't want more of that? Who doesn't benefit from more of that? That's why meditation can be such a healing practice. And people will often ask me, oh, well, dogs can't meditate, they just sleep. But watch the benefits. Watch how your dog changes, just as you change when you meditate. And talk about the human-canine bond. That's a beautiful way to deepen that, especially if you have a newer dog or a dog where you're having some disconnect with for whatever reason, some changes going on in your life. So, yeah.
Right. Jackie just texted that it took a while. But now our animals meditate with us. So the key is we get to train our animals. We train ourselves. We domesticate ourselves, our friends, our family, and our pets as well. This is not a bad thing. And so it's a beautiful opportunity for you really to connect. When Peaches and I, we sort of have like GPS tracking devices jammed into the back of our neck like Johnny Mnemonic. And wherever we are in a room, we can sense the other. We just need to feel the vibrations.
I'm just scooching up here a little bit so that I can see if there's anyone through the Sama Dog line that has any questions for us. Please go ahead and send them in. Kimberly says, my Vata Baxter meditated with me last Saturday for the whole 30 minutes. I was so proud of him. That's awesome. Let us know if you're all here, if you're listening and you haven't said anything quite yet. Let's see if I'm just scrolling through to see if there's any questions. All kinds of friends are with us here. That's great. So yeah, let us know if anything, if you've meditated with your dog, what your experience has been. Que lindo perrito. Oh, there's a Peaches.
This is pure trust, right?
Yep.
This is pure trust. We could do this all day long with Peaches. She trusts so completely.
Aww. Okay. Our last question, but one that really only Peaches via you can answer is the ultimate question. What, Peaches, is the meaning of life?
Oh my.
Yep. Like question. I figured,
Okay.
If there's someone we're going to learn it from, we want to learn it from Peaches.
Right. Well, the meaning, Peaches has a lot of different meanings of life because she's learned so many things. I think the foundation of her relationship with humans is gratitude. She is grateful. She has a new expanded life, and that's really because she surrendered and ultimately was tractor beamed into my life. And I think that's an important message for every person who's considering getting a dog, having a dog, bringing a cat or a dog or a lizard or a bird into their life, is to adopt that. Because there's so many animals out there in our world who are just being euthanized on a consistent basis. And so gratitude is number one. It goes back to that Hafiz poem, when all of your desires are distilled, you will cast but 2 votes, to love more and to be happy. So that's what Peaches does. She lives her life to love more and be happy. And, we have to figure out, we have to ask ourselves, the Bhagavad Gita says, and Peaches has read the Gita many, many times. She's a big fan of Arjuna. And, Peaches believes that we all have a purpose. And that purpose changes. Peaches is the Peaches is the being who taught me that Dharma is not from the moment you're born to the moment you die. That there are Dharma arcs in life. And that there are periods of time where you get to really bring your pure essence. And then that arc ends. And then there's another way of expressing it. And another way. So you may have one calling, one purpose in life, but there are so many different expressions that we can have. And that's really what Peaches has taught me, because for the last 6 years, it's just been the 2 of us out on our own without a big organization behind us. And so, Peaches says you can always lean into the direction of your dreams. You can always step into your power, and you can always own your impact. And so the meaning of life is just to flow your goopy, tender, giant, compassionate heart.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much, Peaches.
Yes, Peaches. Tell everyone, Peaches, how they can stay in touch with you and continue to learn more.
Peaches has a couple of thousand followers on Facebook. She has an Instagram account as well. She is always Peaches, the Buddha princess, but even trying to tag her on these posts has been quite challenging. But she is, you can just go to facebook.com/Peaches the Buddha princess. And on Instagram, she doesn't really post a lot. Her paws, they can't get into the keys.
Yeah, they make typos sometimes.
Yeah, so she's not really big on Instagram, but she's very, very active on Facebook.
And if you ever want to see Peaches live, or of course davidji.
Right, well that's so funny, because most people, wherever I am, they're like, oh my God, and they start to walk towards me, and I'm like, And I'm about to go, yes, yes, I'm sure we've meditated together. And they go, oh my God, Peaches! And they're like, oh, hi, davidji. They go, oh my God. So Peaches...
See why we had to feature her?
Peaches really is globally recognized as, and, you know, our Christmas card for the last 8 years has been Let There Be Peach on Earth. And so she's a peachnik, and she flows peach in every moment. And, you know, it's through the kindness of you, of so many people who really embrace and love Peaches that her voice has raised. And, you know, she's posted more than 500 times on Facebook.
Wow.
So she's really, and she's probably one of the most photogenic beings on the planet. So.
Well, it has been such an honor to be here with both of you, to learn from you, Peaches, to continue to learn from you, because from the moment I met her, she has really expressed everything that davidji has shared, you know, just that unconditional love and presence and acceptance that we can all learn so much from. And I love you, G. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being one of my dearest friends for forever and always. And thank you to all of you for joining in with us. I saw that many of you shared the video as well and let them know that you're on with us. So we really appreciate that. That's how we continue to share this dog love out there with the world. That is very much our mission, whether it's humans or dogs or otherwise, really sharing the love and feeling the unity, the connection, the support that we all have for one another, and how we together, when we harness that energy, we can live so happy and healthy. And it's really not hard. We just sometimes need the tools. So if you need some human tools or dog tools, you know where to come.
So visit samadog.com, visit davidji.com, visit Peaches, the Buddha Princess. Oh, this was, you know, this has gone platinum. My first CD, our first CD, Guided Meditations. And
it's usually backwards in the Facebook Live,
right.
But maybe you can, oops, there we go.
Yeah, nice and backwards.
Make it out.
So, you know, of course, inside Peaches has tons of pictures. This is from 2009, I think. And she is actually credited with the didgeridoo on one track here.
She's a phenomenal didgeridoo player.
Phenomenal.
She gets royalties, he said, every month from that CD.
She does. She does.
She's saving up for a college fund. She doesn't need college. She has all the wisdom she needs.
Between all the work that Amanda does and all the work that I do and all the work that you guys do, we have to remember that Hafiz poem, out of a great need, we are holding hands and climbing. Not loving is a letting go. Listen, the terrain around here is far too dangerous for that. So let's keep not letting go. Let's keep holding on to each other. Let's keep building that community. Let's keep loving our sentient beings, loving each other, staying connected, dying to the past, and we will accomplish everything that we want in this life, emotionally, politically, materially, spiritually, through love.
Love. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you again for being part of our community. If you have any thoughts, comments, put it down below. We'll stay in touch, and we hope to see you every weekend. We do this at 9 a.m. For those of you that are newer to the Sama Dog world, this is what we do, and maybe even Peaches and davidji will come back on again sometime and be with us. So thank you for staying in touch. Lots of love to all of you and your furry friends. Namaste.
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 Woof, woof. Oh, Peaches, you were so good.